guys, it's cobradvs here, and it's time for my Christmas pickups video. Now, real quick before I get into the actual pickups itself, you know, I actually did a Christmas special video when I reviewed Snow Brothers on the NES. I'll leave the link here, but I think it sort of slipped under the radar. It didn't get a ton of views, so if you guys could go ahead and do me a favor and check that review out. I think it turned out pretty nice, and let me know what you think. I'd really appreciate that. So let's go ahead and get into the pickups. You know, I've been on the YouTube circuit about 2 years now, and of all my pickups videos, this one might have the fewest games ever. There are 5 games, and then there's something else, but there's 5 games, and I'm trying to think back, and I remember one video in particular where I got a lot of N64 games complete in box, and I think there were 5 games in that lot, so this could be a record tie, but it's still very low. So why don't we go ahead and get started. All mostly current stuff except for one game, and we'll just go ahead and start with the least notable one, and that is I got Sonic Generations on the 3DS. Now I had seen, and I had even played a little bit of the 360 version of this game, and I was impressed. Well, not impressed, but satisfied. I thought it was a good game. And I always thought, you know, the fact that Sonic on a portable system should just be like a match made in heaven, because they fucked up the console so many times. They're finally getting their act together, and I kind of had a little bit of high hopes for this game, and unfortunately I was disappointed. And here's why. I'll set this down. But Sonic has 2 flaws now. When you go back and you play the Genesis games, when you're going at a very high speed, the track, the area you're going through is built for high speeds. There's loops, there's jumps. But when you play these new ones, well, this one in particular, the 2D portions, the classic Sonic stages, we'll say, you'll get going at like a high speed, and then you'll just hit something, like an enemy or a wall, and it freezes the gameplay dead in its tracks, and then you have to do platforming, and the controls, now look, they're not bad, but after playing, you know, Mario platformers, they just don't add up. And then the 3D portions, the newer Sonic, the game like just plays itself. I mean, all you have to do is press forward and jump now and then, and I'm just not into it. So Sonic Generations is a bit of a disappointment. It's not bad, but it's not very good. Luckily, I did not pay much for it at all. So why don't we go ahead and get started? And you know, earlier when I said there were 5 games, I should probably correct myself. Only 4. Only 4. So this is actually a record. So let's go ahead and start with Last Generation. Well, actually, since the Wii U came out, I guess 2 generations ago, but the original Xbox nonetheless. This is a game that, you know, I've seen this game a lot. It's kind of uncommon. I've seen it often, but, and it always has a decent price on it, but I've never seen it in good shape, and I just don't know what the hell the problem is with this game. But I found one in okay shape, but I cleaned it up, and it's Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Now, if you remember, just my last pickups video, I got Marvel vs. Capcom 1 on the Dreamcast. Now, that game, I haven't played, and I know that's ridiculous, but, the second one is also on the Dreamcast, and at some point I want to get that. But, you know, for now, this was only $15, which was very fair, I thought, and it's, complete. And the case was just in shit condition, dusty, and kind of bleh. But, I actually, instead of just cleaning it up, I just swapped it out with some shit Xbox game, sports game, and it looks good. Have not played this yet. I did just get it the other day. The disc does look, it does look good though. So as long as my Xbox 360 is not being finicky, it plays original Xbox games about half the time. Well, I shouldn't say it does that. I should say it plays about half of the library of the original Xbox, which is just bullshit. I just hate that. Okay, so 2 more games, and then we can move on to probably my best gift, Christmas pickup. So this was free. This was free, and it's an Xbox 360 game that got a lot of praise, and it's Skyrim. Now there's a story here. First of all, it's complete and has the map, and the map is a cool, like, material. I don't know. It just feels durable. So that's cool that it has the map. But my friend and I were at a game store. This very store I got Marvel vs. Capcom. And he had bought Skyrim and had really been loving it. And he had bought it a few months ago and had just now started really getting into it. And he has been really obsessing with collector's editions of games. To me, they're not a real big deal. If I see a good one of a game that I'm really anticipating, I'll get it. Like I've got one for Halo Reach over here. I got one for Doom 3 when that came out. I have Castlevania Lords of Shadow, and I think that's the only 3 I have. But anyway, so he's been really after the collector's editions lately, and they had a collector's edition of Assassin's Creed 1. It's like a big tin case. It comes with some stuff, and he was going to get that. And then I noticed in the back, up on the shelf, behind the counter quite a bit, kind of like hidden almost, they had the Skyrim Collector's Edition for the 360, which is just in this massive fucking box. It's probably, I mean, we're talking the size, it's bigger than the 360 Systems box. And it comes with like a dragon sculpture and a big old art book, and it sells for like over $100 online or something, he said. And so he goes, alright, well if that thing's anything under $100, I'm gonna get it. I said, okay. So we go up there and ask the guys, how much for that Skyrim Collector's Edition, and the guy says $36.99, and we kind of, you know, when somebody says a price like that, you never want to sort of like look shocked. You want to play it cool, like, oh, okay, all right. And he ended up getting it, and that was an absolute steal. I mean, it was probably worth 4 times that, to be honest with you. So he got it for $36.99, and he said, you know what, you can just have my Skyrim. So, no complaints here. It's never a game I really would buy, I don't think, but it's a game I wanted to try, so, I mean, it worked out perfectly, so we'll see. I know, Steve Benway, he really likes this game, so, we'll see. We'll see how it is when I dive into it. So, alright, the last game, is a Wii U game, the only Wii U game I got for Christmas, other than Scribblenauts, but I bought that myself on Black Friday. This was from Santa, if you will, and it's a game that has been out for a while on the original PS3, 360, and PC, but I never played it, and I always told my friend, he always suggested it to me, and I always said, you know what, if I play it, it's going to be on Wii U. And it is, and it's Batman Arkham City, and this is the Armored Edition. So, the thing is, when he lent me Arkham Asylum on Xbox, and I played it, and it wasn't anything I was super interested in, and I played it, and I was sort of like, okay, I didn't really like it, and that's not to say it's bad. It was a cool game, and I like Batman, I guess. He's not my favorite, but he is pretty cool. But I just didn't care for it. It was just too, just go here and do this, and there was just no fun to it for me. Arkham City is like the exact opposite. At times it reminds me of, let's pull it out, at times it reminds me of this, Spider-Man 2 on the original Xbox, because of how you swing through the city with the bat claw, or whatever it is. And, oh shit, where's this go? Right there. And, so, that being said, this game is way better than Arkham Asylum. And the Wii U edition has some different changes. It has like a bunch of DLC with it, and it's got some new features, like the costumes are different and things like that. But one big difference, not big difference, but one difference that's kind of a bummer is the frame rate has issues. First off, the game looks gorgeous. The graphics are great for it. I've actually heard that the Wii U version is the best looking version, which is believable, even though it's a port. It probably doesn't look too much better, but what kind of bummed me out is that the frame rate drops often. Sometimes it's not terribly noticeable, but it definitely is noticeable, if you know what I mean. And it's not a deal breaker, but it's sort of a hindrance. But what is cool is how they integrated the gamepad. Of all the ports that I've played, which is 3, this is the 3rd one, that game has used the gamepad in the best way ever. I mean, like, your whole back computer is on there. It's very cool. It's hard to explain, but that is a great game, and I'm really glad I got the Wii U version. Okay, so the last thing, and before I get to that, let me just say, I was just talking about ports, and I think I should mention this right now. Assassin's Creed 3. Got this with the Wii U originally. Listen, I just don't care for the game. I don't really like Assassin's Creed. I was on... Oh, but I'd be willing to trade, even. Just if you want it, let me know. I hate to put it on eBay and get scummed like that, but... Whatever, now that that's out of the way, the very last gift, and this was the one thing that I wanted, and, well, the big thing that I wanted, and, I have a little story with it. I know, story time. This is like a long-ass pickups video for being only fucking 5 things. But it is the Nexus 7 tablet. Let me grab it. It's just right here. And here we are. Here she is. Just a little thing. Let's just put it up to to Batman. Not very big. Not very big at all. But that's good. It feels durable. Everything I like about it. I'm thinking about doing an impressions video on it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what kind of videos would you guys like to see about this. Because I'm just getting into tablet gaming and this mobile gaming and shit. So I want to do videos on it, but I don't exactly know what to do. So tell me what you guys want to see. I was thinking about maybe like the best free games on Android for the Nexus 7, the best Nexus 7 apps, the apps you should get, things like that. So anyway, now when I unwrapped this on Christmas, my mom said, it was the 16 gigabyte version. That's all they had, and it was $50 cheaper than the other version. And they did have to shop around for this. This was a big seller this year. And the Nexus 7, it's sort of a budget tablet, but it's an excellent thing. But it does have some features that it does not have features that a lot of tablets do. And the biggest one that's a problem for me is it has no external storage, so there's no SD card slot. So they got me the 16 gigabyte version. There's a 32 gig version, which was the one I would have preferred. But okay, I'm not a big downloader anyway, so 16 gigabytes would probably be fine. So that being said, it's Christmas Day, I'm messing with it, I'm getting used to it, and I'm absolutely loving it. The next day, same thing, messing with it, getting used to it, really liking it. That night, it starts acting funny, and it froze, and I couldn't do anything. So I hit the screen lock button, which just turns the screen off. And I went to hit it and turn it back on, and it wouldn't do anything. So I thought, what, did it shut off or something? So I hold the button to turn it on, nothing. I messed with it. Can't do anything. There's no removable battery, so it's just there. It's not on, off. I don't know what it is. So I give it a night. The next morning, same thing. It's like, well, fuck. What the hell? So I call up Office Depot, which is where they got it, and they don't have it, of course. So we have to go to the Office Depot in Flint, which is like a half hour from my house. Okay, so we go to there, and they have one to exchange, and I thought to myself, you know what? Look, they bought me the 16 gigabyte version to save a little bit of money. Okay, well for $50 more than the 16, I can get the 32. So I thought, you know what? I'll just exchange this, get the money back for it, and then put $50 into it and get the 32. And that's exactly what happened. So now I have the 32 gigabyte version, which I'm very, very happy with that. I don't have to worry about memory at all, really. So, yeah, that's it. That's the story. So it ended up great in the end, and this is absolutely beautiful. I'm loving every bit of it. So, Christmas pickups, real quick again. We got the Nexus 7. Again, let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see on this, if you could, please. We got Armored Batman Arkham City Armored Edition, one of my favorite Wii U games right now. Skyrim, a game that I haven't played, but I have a feeling when I do, I'm probably going to like it a little bit. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, same deal, haven't played it, but I'm probably going to like it. Sonic Generations, a bit of a disappointment, unfortunately, but hey, what are you going to do? And Assassin's Creed 3, not a Christmas thing, but if you're interested in it, let me know, and maybe we can work something out. So, that's it. This video was excruciatingly long, I'm sure, for being only 5 games, but yeah, that's the nature of the beast. So that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to be doing quite a few videos that I want to put out, so just look around for that. So that's the end of this video. sum it all up. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.